All right, welcome again this week to the UNI press conference. First up today is UNI football. The Panthers will take on Cal Poly in the home season opener on Saturday, 4 o'clock in the Unidome. New AstroTurf will be in play. And next up, head coach Mark Farley.
All right, go ahead, guys. I'll just answer and we'll roll.
What particular area from week 1 to week 2 do you feel needs them? You want to improve everywhere, but is there a specific area coming out of that game, seeing everything on film, that you want to see the most improvement this week?
Well, I think it's evident that we needed to the errors that were made, the intercepts in the throwing game, and there was a few technical errors, but I think penalties and those errors are the things that have to be eliminated. If you eliminate those two things alone from that past football game, you're in a different environment, a different setting, if you will, because the penalties hurt us on moving the chains sometimes when we got in the red zone, and then of course the 2 intercepts is what people will remember.
There was something that it's probably no surprise to you, but I only saw you run it once, and I call it the old student body right, student body left. You pulled your center, your left guard, and your left tackle. I was really impressed by the speed of those guys. I mean, they got that lead step out, they kicked out, and they went. Maybe talk a little bit about the speed and agility of your whole line. That was impressive, Coach.
Well, it's good to hear. They ran that play. We did a couple times, but they ran that play well that day. And what I would say is I really think Mike Simmons has done a great job with our offensive line in the training of them and the conditioning of them, because they may have ran more than any other position during two-a-day camp. And I think that goes along with the coach as much as it goes along with the attitude that you're trying to create within that group. And that was impressive to see. We need to continue to do that, but we've worked hard at that. And through Mike's leadership and through the offensive line, you can see that they've bought into that type of movement. So we've when I say trained, we've probably lifted differently. We've trimmed them down a little bit, and we've ran quite a bit in our offensive line play. So that was evident, and I know exactly the plays you're talking about, because I did notice the difference in turning the edge. But that takes a lot of people buying in as much as the attitude of how they're coming out of their stances.
You talked about trimming some of those guys down, but one guy, I think he gained about 60 pounds in Spencer Brown. Talked about his body. I think last year you didn't know if he was going to be a defensive end or a tight end.
Right.
Now he's a right back.
Yeah, Spencer that was his first game, and we actually kind of joked about it walking down the ramp to the football game. He goes, "Man, this is a lot different than the last game I was in, which was an 8-man football game." So that was the first snap he had taken since that day. So he came in here and he really bought into being an offensive lineman. He put great weight on, not just weight. He put great weight on, and he played very well that day for a first day at playing right tackle against Iowa State. In that setting against good players, I mean, he really did very well. So there's a young player that's got a lot of upside and a lot of growth that he can make game to game, let alone year to year.
How pleased were you with your defensive effort, Mark? You're facing a team that's averaging over 200 yards rushing, but you only allowed 119 against Iowa State. How pleased were you with your rush defense?
I was actually disappointed with the rush defense, even though I wanted to keep them under 100. And I thought we could have, but I'll give credit. The running back was very, very good. I thought the running back was what made the difference in their football team, because he ran very hard, and he got that extra yard, and those extra yards just put us in some tougher defensive calls. I thought he was the difference in the end. But I would say that our front seven, they were put in a position that they had to protect our secondary, because I was playing over the top of Iowa State so much, and it paid off. I mean, Lazard got 100 yards. We're trying to keep him under 100. He got his 107 yards, but it took 8 throws. They didn't get behind us this year. They got behind us 3 times, I think, the previous year. So, yard for yard, there wasn't much differences. It was the turnovers that swung it, and it was some of the run game that you mentioned. I felt moved the chains where we needed to get off the field, and then late in the game, they got the third down. We didn't get a pass rush, and since we didn't get the pass rush, we didn't get the sack. or get the guy moving around, and that's why they did so well on third down. If we could have gotten a pressure just to make him move, get him out of the pocket, get him moving a little bit, we could have had some more things happen for us defensively in turnovers, but he was allowed to stay in the pocket. So we have to improve our pass rush and continue to work on a run game. But, for that day, it was good, but that's not, good wasn't good enough that day, and that's all that mattered.
With that said,